So with 2021, we're actually taking TV to the next level again in terms of contrast. So the big winner in the TV industry has been high dynamic range. And the best TV technology to do that is one that can represent a really high brightness while having a really good black level. So to that end, we're moving from dual cell in 2020 into a new technology called mini LED, which is much brighter. So mini LED is very similar to the best technology right now, which is full array dimming. So we have the lights behind the TV, and mini is exactly what you think it is. They're smaller lights. We can put more of them together. So we go from hundreds of dimming zones to thousands of dimming zones. But the catch is the LEDs still have a similar brightness performance. There's just a hell of a lot more of them, which means we can go way brighter than before and still maintain the same black level, which is very exciting. So laser TV for Hisense is, really giving access to massive screens. Last year we had a 100-inch laser TV. This year we're going to have a 120-inch laser TV, which is crazy. But we're also bringing in something called trichroma laser. And this is really exciting. Imagine all the primary colors, red, green, and blue, with their own individual laser. So we're talking color accuracy that has never been achieved before on any LED TV that exists, that we can do on this laser TV because we have red, green, and blue as separate lasers, no filtering, just straight to pure color. So Hisense really likes to have a TV for everybody. So what we're doing this year, I think, is really exciting. We're bringing all of those premium features pretty much all the way down the range. So even our entry-level ULED TV will still have full array dimming, Dolby Vision, Dolby Atmos, Quantum Dot. We're going to have the new game modes that we're bringing in. We're bringing in the new HDMI features. So all of the stuff that people would expect to see normally right at the top is actually filtering down across most of our range for the year, which is really exciting for us. So from our U8 series all the way up, we have a new feature called Game Mode Pro. The thing that's important about this feature is you don't have to turn it on. It'll set itself up. So if you've got a PS5 or a Series X or some of those next-gen consoles, they kind of demand a lot more from a TV. So Game Mode Pro is going to give them that. Faster motion, better response when I'm trying to play the games. And also, the big one, I think, actually, is visual performance, right? So HDR in game consoles has become very important. As you go up the Hisense range, the high dynamic range of the image is going to get better and better as you go up. The brightness gets better as you go up the range. So the two big things in voice for 2021 with Hisense is we now have Google Assistant fully built in to all of our Vita 5 TVs, which is very exciting. But to make it easier for consumers, we're actually putting in something called hands-free voice control. So there's a microphone built into the TV, which of course you can turn off if you don't want to use it. There's a physical switch. But what that does, it allows you to actually just ask the TV to do something rather than searching for a remote, holding down a button. You can just say, hey, I won't say the name of the thing, but hey, change the channel. Hey, open the blinds. Hey, change the air conditioner. And it can do everything from that one spot, which I think is really useful. So I think, the operating system is one thing with 8K, and these TVs are running Android TV. So, consumers that like that platform can definitely take use of that. I do think the most important thing with 8K is understanding that there's not a lot of content there right now. So, we've spent a lot of time and energy putting in an upscaling engine, which we think really meets the task. It's called an AI upscaling engine. It can actually understand the objects that are on the screen in the context in which they are on the screen and then make them look better. So we're not just looking at a picture and going, let's do the whole upscale. We're finding individual objects and upscaling them as they're needed, so that you're going to get a picture that really is worthy of being on this massive, beautiful 8K resolution screen. So Vita 5 is our app that we built ourselves, and we've been making it for a long time now. I think the big thing for us is it is only made for TV. It's never been adapted from something else. And in terms of local apps, we have a lot of local support. We launched ABC iView in 2020. We launched the Foxstyle app, and we had Stan and things like that come on before. But they're actually integrated. They're built in. So if I'm looking at the ABC app, for example, it'll actually show me content and I can go straight into that content rather than having to watch the app. So it's all fully integrated, all these local apps, which I think is really important to Australians, especially in the year that we just had. We're probably watching a lot more content than we perhaps should have been. Before we launch any apps on the Vita platform, it gets tested here in Australia. We have a local R&D team that tests all the apps before they go live. So we actually have individual contracts. We're working directly with the people that make this content to make sure that the app works really well. And that kind of goes in with the rest of our brand. You know, we have a local team here in Melbourne that is the customer service. So when you call us, you're always speaking to someone in Melbourne for that 3-year warranty that you do have. So I think it's really important that most of the stuff that we do for the Australian market actually does end up happening in Australia. So we've been thinking about how customers can see TVs, you know, with some stores being closed, and especially with CES, we wanted to show you all of the TVs. So we've introduced an app last year called the AR Home app. And what you can do is basically scan your room, and every single product that we make, you can actually display in its correct size in your house. And you can just walk around it, have a look at it, and sort of, you know, understand how the product will look like in your house. And this year we're doing something special. We're actually going to have all of the 2021 models live, probably as we're talking right now, in the app, which is very exciting.